Have you ever wondered why so many people after the age of 60 feel stuck, while others live each day as if it were a brand new gift? I've spoken with dozens of retirees, former teachers, engineers, firefighters, and noticed a common thread. Each of them holds on to certain outdated beliefs as if they were irreplaceable, like the fear of spending money on themselves or the constant need to please their children and grandchildren at the expense of their own feelings. We often don't recognize the outdated habits in our lives until we look back and realize how quietly life has passed us by, leaving behind regret. But if you're willing to let go of some old habits and long-held beliefs, life after 60 can become lighter, freer, and more meaningful than ever before. In this video, I'll share 6 familiar yet limiting patterns that might be quietly stealing your happiness and offer small but powerful steps to create real change. If you find this topic important, please hit like and share it so more people can be inspired. What have you let go of after 60 to live more freely? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might be just the encouragement someone else needs. Now let's explore 6 things worth letting go of to make your later years truly unforgettable. There's a common reality among many people after the age of 60. They've accumulated a significant amount of savings, yet rarely use them to care for themselves. Why is that? Could it stem from a deep-seated belief that it must be saved for hard times, or a vague fear that it might be needed someday? Ask yourself this: if today you could use that money to do something that makes you smile, what's holding you back? Are you saving for a positive goal or out of fear of an uncertain future? Many older adults have worked hard their entire lives, paying taxes, raising children, taking care of countless responsibilities. Yet once retired, they still hesitate to spend on a dream vacation, a comfortable new car, or even a nice meal at their favorite restaurant. Why? Because they're afraid that if they spend today, they'll lack tomorrow. But the truth is, when you hold on to money out of fear, you're trading away some of life's most precious experiences. It's time to shift your perspective. Savings are a tool not meant to be stored away forever, but to serve your life. It's a reward for the decades of effort you've put in. If you don't use it to live a happier life, then what's the purpose of saving? What you need is not reckless spending, but meaningful spending. Instead of letting money sit idle in an account, use it to create irreplaceable memories. A cross-country trip with your spouse, a dance class you've always dreamed of taking, or simply upgrading your living space to feel more at ease every morning. Those are the things that truly bring value, not the number in your bank account. You can start by making a list of things you've always wanted to do, even the smallest ones. Then pick one and do it this month. Give yourself the chance to experience life instead of waiting for the perfect time that may never come. Believe that you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Life after 60 isn't the final chapter. It's a new one, where you can slow down, live more deeply, and find more joy. And when you begin using your money to create joy, you'll realize true abundance doesn't lie in the numbers, but in the feeling of living in alignment with what you truly value. And if you're ready to stop saving out of fear, then the next thing to consider is this: is it really worth continuing to trade your time for money? Let's dive into the second point, where you'll discover the true value of time after 60. Many people after the age of 60 continue working, not because they need to, but because they're used to it. Used to the feeling of being busy, used to a life structured around fixed working hours. But there's one important question that few people truly pause to reflect on. Does the work you're doing still feel meaningful, or is it simply a habit? Have you ever asked yourself, if today were the last day you could do what you love, would you choose to spend it in an office, on a job site, or somewhere else? Perhaps with your grandchildren, in your garden, or on the road you once dreamed of traveling. The culture of being busy often causes us to tie our self-worth to productivity. The more we do, the more we feel useful. But that can sometimes mislead us into thinking that life's value lies in the extra dollars we earn, rather than in the time we truly live. The truth is, time after 60 is an invaluable asset that no amount of money can buy back. While you can always earn more money, you can't earn more time. As we grow older, our energy, health, and time with loved ones become increasingly limited. Is it truly worth trading those for a few more digits in a bank account? Try looking at things from a different angle. If the work you're doing no longer inspires you, no longer teaches you something new, or connects you to a meaningful community, then maybe it's time to stop. Not to stop working entirely, but to shift toward activities that make life feel more worthwhile. The solution doesn't have to be full retirement if that leaves you feeling adrift. It's about choosing again, choosing work that aligns with your true values: family, passion, learning, and mental well-being. Maybe it's gardening every morning, joining a volunteer group, tutoring children, or writing down cherished memories to pass on to your grandchildren. If you're not sure where to start, ask yourself, what makes time fly for me? What do I do that brings joy even without being paid? From there, you'll find a new path where time is not traded, but fully lived. And when you choose to slow down and focus on what truly matters, you'll see each day is a gift, not just a task to complete. Now it's time to act on those unfinished dreams. Let's move on to the third point. Stop postponing experiences, where you'll rediscover joys you thought had long passed. How many times have you thought, I'll do that, when the time is right? Maybe it was a trip to the Grand Canyon, the art class you once looked forward to, or a simple picnic with loved ones. But then the years passed and that someday never came. Ask yourself, what's truly holding you back from the experiences you genuinely long for? Are you waiting for more time, more money, or for everything to be just right? Procrastination is one of the most subtle traps of modern life, especially for older adults, where every comfort is within reach. Yet the mind is often weighed down with worries. We're used to planning, to setting goals, to pushing things off, until we realize we've missed too many moments that can never be relived. After the age of 60, experiences are no longer luxuries. They're essential for the soul. They help refresh our spirit, preserve our curiosity, spark joy, and remind us we are truly living, not merely existing. But to unlock that richness, we must first break the habit of delay. Procrastination often stems from doubt. Am I still strong enough? Is it really worth it? Will others think I'm strange? But think about it. If not now, then when? There is no perfect moment to live a life worth living. Every day you wake up healthy and aware is a beautiful opportunity that should never be wasted. Start by turning your dreams into plans. Write down the things you've said, I want to do. Then choose one that feels most doable and set a specific time. For example, I will take the train through the Rockies this August, or I'll sign up for a pottery class next week. When you attach a concrete action to a dream, you turn the abstract into reality. And remember, experiences don't have to be extravagant. Sometimes it's just an afternoon walk to watch the sunset at a nearby park, trying a new dish, or finally reading the book you bought long ago but never opened. What matters is not the scale, but the intention to live fully. You'll be surprised to find that new experiences reconnect you with yourself, with your emotions, your joy, and your gratitude for simply being alive. And once you're brave enough to embrace experiences, you'll also need the health to fully enjoy each moment. That brings us to the next point. Stop neglecting your health, because good health is the foundation of a meaningful old age. Have you ever thought, I'm still healthy, there's no need to change anything? Or, at this age, improving my health won't make much difference? These seemingly reasonable thoughts are often the very reason our health quietly deteriorates, silently yet relentlessly. Ask yourself, are you truly taking care of your body, or are you simply putting up with it each day? Many people over 60 fall into a familiar cycle: low physical activity, convenient eating habits, poor sleep, and dependence on medications without making lifestyle changes. But the human body doesn't enter a self-maintaining mode after a certain age. On the contrary, after 60, self-care becomes more important than ever. The issue isn't about becoming an athlete or a nutrition expert. It's about this. Are you making choices that help you maintain a healthy life every day? The good news is, even small changes can make a big difference. Just 30 minutes of walking each morning can improve circulation, reduce the risk of heart disease, and elevate your mood. Switching from fast food to home-cooked meals can significantly reduce chronic inflammation. Drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, staying flexible, both physically and mentally. These simple actions have a powerful long-term impact on your quality of life. Pause and listen to your body. Every bit of fatigue, pain, or sleeplessness is a message telling you to pay more attention to yourself. Health is not just the absence of illness, but having enough energy to fully live each moment, to play with your grandchildren, to drive and enjoy the fall scenery, to care for your beloved garden. The solution starts with daily choices, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, choosing greens over fried food, and turning off the TV early to go to bed before 11. These things may not be glamorous, but they are nature's most effective and sustainable medicine. And remember, taking care of your health isn't just about living longer, it's about making each day truly worthwhile. A healthy body is the key to enjoying life's experiences, nurturing relationships, and pursuing what you love, whether you're 60, 70, or 80. Let's now move on to the fifth point. Stop worrying about what others think, so you can finally feel free in your own life. How many years of your life have you spent keeping up appearances, trying not to disappoint others, or simply doing what's considered right? And now, after turning 60, it's time to ask yourself, who am I really living for? That question can be unsettling for many. In Western culture, which often celebrates independence, people can still get caught up in the pressure to fit the mold of a parent, a grandparent, or a senior citizen. Don't dress too boldly, don't laugh too loudly, don't travel alone, don't learn things meant for the young. But then you realize no one else is living your life. When the day ends and you reflect, what brings you joy isn't what others thought of you. It's whether you did something that truly meant something to you. Ironically, the older we get, the more we tend to fear being judged, even though we've experienced enough to understand that life is short. No one is born to please everyone, and true freedom only comes when you dare to choose what feels right for you. Start by identifying the things you've always wanted to do, but never did, simply because you feared being judged. Maybe it's signing up for a yoga class, embracing your silver hair, starting a blog, or simply declining an invitation you don't feel like accepting. These things may seem small, but they open the door to a more honest and fulfilling life. The solution lies in practicing authenticity little by little. Give yourself the right to say no when needed, the right to dress in a way that makes you feel comfortable, the right to spend time with people who bring you peace instead of out of obligation. You're not being selfish by choosing yourself, you're being honest. And that honesty is the most inspiring gift you can offer those around you. And remember, when you dare to live authentically, you don't just live freely, you also empower others to be themselves. There is no greater gift than the presence of someone who is genuine, peaceful, and no longer playing a role. Once you have the courage to live truthfully, the final thing you need is to live fully, without waiting, without regrets. Let's step into the sixth point. Stop living as if you had forever, so you can cherish every moment of the present. We often make long-term plans, setting goals for next year, after retirement, or when things are more stable. But here's a hard truth. No one knows how much time they really have left. So why do we still live as if we had forever? Have you ever asked yourself, if today were your last day, is there anything left undone? Any apology still unspoken? An old friend you haven't reached out to? Something you've always wanted to do, but are still waiting for the right time? People tend to plan everything meticulously, from retirement to life insurance. Yet so many end up missing the present. They live too much in the someday, while the now slips by second. And the present moment is the only thing you truly own. Not living as if you had forever doesn't mean being pessimistic. On the contrary, it's about living with awareness, cherishing every moment, every hug, every warm dinner. It means recognizing that life is fragile, and it's that very fragility that makes it so precious. Start with the important things we often postpone. Call a loved one, write a handwritten letter, say thank you, forgive someone who hurt you, or forgive yourself. Dare to begin that long-held dream. A book, a volunteer project, a new life in a place you've always wished to be. You don't have to do anything grand. Just live each day with the awareness that today is a gift, and you have the right to do something meaningful with it. When you live with that mindset, you'll realize there's no need to wait for the perfect moment to love, to heal, to begin. Every single day is a chance to live fully, deeply, and more honestly with yourself and with others. And when you no longer live under the illusion of forever, you'll know how to live truly in the now. Because living each day to the fullest isn't the end of a journey. It's the beginning of the most radiant chapter of your life. Thank you for staying with me until the very end of this journey. To me, your presence in these final moments is a gift and a sign that you truly care about the quality of your life after 60. We've just walked through 6 seemingly familiar things that quietly limit our joy, health, and freedom. From saving out of fear to continuing work that no longer feels meaningful. From postponing valuable experiences to living with disregard for our health. From worrying too much about others' opinions to holding on to the illusion that we have forever. Each of these, if let go of at the right time, can open a new door, one where you can live more fully, more truthfully, and more joyfully. So where do you think you'll begin? Among these 6, which one spoke to you the most? Are you willing to share and help spread this positive awareness to others? If this message resonates with you, please hit like, share, or send it to someone who's stepping into this golden stage of life. Who knows? You might just help them change their path for the better. And if you'd like to continue this journey with me, stay tuned for the next videos. There is still so much for us to explore, to heal, and to begin again, whether you're 60, 70, or 80 years old. Because age is never a limitation, it's simply a milestone that invites us to live more deeply. Finally, I wish you a life truly well lived, and remember, it's never too late to live the life you've always dreamed of. Every day you wake up is another chance to begin.